on self-doubt and balance. I'm speaking this in the later part, we hope, of the COVID outbreak after over 2 years of lockdowns and worries and apprehensions. And obviously the physical side of this is dreadful, but there are many people who think that it has had a harmful psychological effect as well. And part of this, I think, is to do with the fact that it suddenly brought everyone's lives, or many people's lives, to a juddering halt. Our lives, certainly in the West, where we are very often obsessively busy and rushing along and trying to meet the next deadline and keep up with all our emails and friends and so on and so on. We just go cycling along as fast as we can, trying to keep up. And then suddenly we stop. There's a tree fallen across the road. We judder to a halt, or we slow down very much because of the roughness of the track, and suddenly we feel insecure, and the bicycle wobbles under us and we fall off. And several of my younger friends and family have fallen off, temporarily at least. They've become confused, anxious, sometimes physical symptoms, sleep deprivation, and so on. And they wonder why and what they can do about it. It's not something that I've suffered from, fortunately, because I have got used to working more or less on my own, and we have a big garden and library, and things are pretty easy. But I can quite imagine how this happens, because our culture puts such a high valuation on busyness, on doing things, on achieving things, on striving. And when all that suddenly stops, and particularly the social interactions with friends and students, except remotely, then you wonder, well, who am I? What's the point of life? Why am I being like I have been? Some people have used this as an opportunity to take stock, like a holiday, and to reorder their lives. And I think this is probably the partial, at least, solution, which is to use it as an opportunity to re-examine what your ultimate goals and purposes are, and re-examine your lifestyle, because many people's lifestyle gets out of balance. They spend too much time at their desks, too much time on their emails, and too little time doing the other things that, as human beings, our bodies require, which is sleeping, walking, eating and drinking, gardening, physical and other things that relax our mind. And so my solution, and it's, I suppose, what I have been practicing, is to do yoga each day, to go for at least a mile's walk each day, to listen to some great music that I really enjoy each day, to read a little bit of poetry each day, to have good tea breaks and coffee breaks each day, to walk around the garden. And by doing all that, I can get involved in other things, because it's when you get involved deeply in something like pottery or painting or writing, although writing is strenuous, some sort of hobby or obsession which takes you out of yourself into an imagined and creative world, that restores the balance to a large extent. And so I've been able to do that, and many of my friends have reported they've started going down and doing cold water bathing in the mornings, or going off hiking in the mountains, or whatever it is. And I think it's those things that help in what is really a serious existential crisis for many people. And I wish and hope that if you're in that category, you will come out of it into what might be a more balanced and better world. Thank you.